Hello again, your old friend Monita's back. How did you like that attraction? I'm here to introduce Nintendo Land's very own locomotive, the Tour Train. Chugga chugga boom boom. Please tap the question mark box. This is the Tour Train. Get on and press the A button to be whisked away on the attraction tour. The attraction tour is a wildly fun competition for groups of 2 or more. Bring your friends for laughs, tears, and battle cries. It's your ticket to a new dimension of party amusement. Once your group is ready, get on the train and press the A button.
Hello everybody, Master the Gear to you, and welcome to the finale of Nintendo Land. Throughout the Let's Play, we've been playing it through all the attractions that Nintendo Land has to offer. And in today's episode, we have a train to catch.
Press a button on each emote you want to use.
Alright then, let's get this started. How the attraction tour works is this is basically a tournament mode featuring all the minigames throughout Nintendo Land. You can think of this as something along the lines of a minigame gauntlet from the Mario Party series, or the board game mode in 1-2 Switch if you want a more recent example. So you can set how many rounds you'll be playing. This will obviously determine how much time you're going to be playing, so if you're having a family game night but you don't want to stay up too late, then this is a great way to keep track of time without having to worry about spending too much time playing the game. So basically what you do is you have 2 players go competing against each other, or a team of players if you're playing with more than 2 players. How the minigame actually works is it's going to be a bit more of a compressed version of what we've seen before. For example, we're starting off with Donkey Kong's Crash Course. We're not going to be seeing the entire minigame in the attraction tour, rather we're just going to see bits and pieces of it. And which part of the minigame you're going to be playing depends on the difficulty level. So we're playing it through the easy version of the attraction tour, which means we're going to be starting off with the very beginning of Donkey Kong's Crash Course. Same thing will be said for the other attractions in Nintendo Land. The higher the difficulty, the further into the mid-game you'll be playing. The team attractions, like the Legend of Zelda Battle Quest, are handled a little bit differently, which we'll be going into in a moment. But as you can see right here, the Donkey Kong's Crash Course version of this level in the attraction tour on easy mode only really goes up to the first half of the first level. So as you're also going to be seeing, the players are going to be taking turns playing through the minigame, and if you're playing with more than 2 players, then the third person, or 4th or 5th, depending on how many people are playing, will have an option to vote for who they think they're going to win, and if that person wins, then they share the points of winning and stuff like that. So it's a pretty interesting mode. This is a lot of fun, and I have a lot of fun playing this with my family. Like I said earlier in the Let's Play, Nintendo Land was one of our favorite party games on the Wii U, and this is a pretty great example of what Nintendo Land has to offer. So as for how do you unlock it, this is a pretty interesting topic, and I'll touch more upon it a little bit later in the video, but when you start off Nintendo Land, you'll be given some cutscenes where you get to talk to Monita, and one of these cutscenes, after you play a couple minigames in Nintendo Land, she'll appear and give you an item box in the plaza, which you can interact with. Once you activate the item box, then the train will appear in the plaza, and you'll be able to activate Attraction Tour. I'm not entirely sure what exactly triggers a train to appear. I want to say playing each minigame at least once, but that's probably not the case. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to find anything online about what exactly triggers it. So it's most likely something along the lines of playing a certain amount of minigames and then it appears. Another thing worth mentioning is that the assist play will not work on Attraction Tour, so even if I wanted to, I couldn't use the Wii Remote to help the other player play through Donkey Kong's Crash Course. It is a tournament after all, and you're supposed to be competing against each other. And now the first minigame has been completed. Thankfully, we're not going to be demonstrating every single one of them because then this video would be very, very long. So that's the reason why we're only going to be doing 3 rounds in the attraction tour for this video. So that's just something that's going to be well worth mentioning. And you can see that we've gained a couple points. And now on to round 2. You'll be passing the gamepad between every player in between rounds. Think of it like Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, except not every 5 seconds. Alright then, now we're going to be playing at The Legend of Zelda Battle Quest. And you may notice, this is very different from what we've seen in the Let's Play. This is an entirely different mode, which I'll be talking about in a little bit, but actually let's talk about it right now. This is called the Time Attack mode, and it's basically the multiplayer version of Zelda Battle Quest. What I mean by that is, it isn't the story-focused levels or anything like that. Rather, this is just going to be like a Time Attack mode, hence the name Time Attack, where you'll be trying to defeat all the enemies as quickly as possible. Obviously, since we're playing on the easy mode, we'll be playing it through the first level in the Time Attack mode of Zelda Battle Quest, but like I said earlier in the Let's Play, there will be bonus videos where we'll be going more in depth into these minigames. When we get into those, we'll be demonstrating every single stage in the multiplayer modes. So just keep that in mind for the future, and we'll be talking about that a little bit later during the video, because of course this is the finale, so we're going to be going over the author to the project a little bit later, as per usual. Alright, sorry for being quiet right there. I thought the minigame would be over by now, but apparently it wasn't. So hooray for awkward silences. I really do like the Time Attack mode. It's probably my favorite of the multiplayer modes in the team attractions, and my mother's character was spitting around. Real quick, I just want to say a huge shout out to my super awesome mother for helping me record the video, because I literally could not do it without you, so if you're watching this, you are awesome. And now I get to demonstrate my mad skills in Time Attack, which will probably not be replicated in the bonus episode because I'm going to have to do commentary during that. Hooray! In case you couldn't tell, this video is being done in post-commentary because, reasons. That's the perfect excuse. Reasons. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure if the jars off on the side will give you any additional points or anything like that. I've never actually tried it for myself, so you probably don't want to go for them anyway because you want to focus on the bad guys while you're playing through this minigame, because defeating them quicker will give you a better score for beating them in less amount of time. And that was a very redundant way of wording that, and I do apologize. I really do love the music that plays during Time Attack. This is just such a fun song. It kind of sounds like something from the Pixar movie Brave, and anything that reminds me of that movie is automatically a good thing because I really loved Brave. Probably one of my more personal favorite Pixar movies. Alright then, so now that we've taken care of the Legend of Zelda Battle Quest, we're moving on to the final round. When you're playing with more players, like I said earlier, the other players who are not going to be playing alongside in the minigame will be given the chance to vote for who they think are going to win. So that's something that's pretty interesting. And right here I kind of wish that we played the Pikmin Adventure so that we could demonstrate that multiplayer mode, because that's the versus mode, which we have not covered yet in the Let's Play, but we will in a future bonus episode. So I kind of was, looking back on the video, I kind of wish we played that one instead, but I love Balloon Trip Breeze, so I'm not complaining. And if you saw the Balloon Trip Breeze episode, you should probably know that I'm absolutely obsessed with the evening music in this game. So I kind of wish that was a stage that we were playing so that I could be quiet for a moment so we can listen to that awesome music. Unfortunately, we're playing through the afternoon level, so we just get the boring old generic theme, even though the song is actually pretty awesome too. Alright then, so as per usual, just like in the regular Balloon Trip Breeze, The water is evil, so don't touch it. But if you get close enough to trigger the fish, then it will burp out a power-up, which is going to be pretty handy-dandy. Except in that case, when it gives you the tiny power-up and makes your life miserable. I honestly don't know what the point of the mini power-up is. I'm sure there's like some big fancy trick that you can do with it, but I've never liked the tiny power-up. But what I do like is poking the Mii characters who throw the confetti, because they have the funniest expression ever. Real quick, I want to apologize if you heard background noise for a moment there. I didn't realize my computer was making a lot of noise during that segment, so I do apologize for that. Thankfully, it's not making as much noise right now. Long story short, the recording setup I have right now is a bit different than usual. That's why my voice may also sound a little bit more echoey this time around, and for the past 2 episodes as well, because I'm recording in my new apartment, and I haven't quite set up my office yet. So it's a bit of a weird recording setup right now. It'll be fixed before too long, but eventually my office will get set up. Again, I thought the minigame would be over by now, so I probably should have looked through the footage a little bit better before recording this, but again, long story short, well, I guess another long story short, I'm on a bit of a time crunch recording this video, because it's like 4 in the morning right now, and I want to go to bed soon. Hooray for recording late. And we got triple points from that. So we get 9 all points. Woo! And we've reigned supreme in the minigame. Alright, before we wrap up this video, there are a couple more things I'd like to talk about real quick. First of all, there were those additional cutscenes with Mineta that I mentioned before. We already saw one of them way back during the beginning of the Let's Play, which was the introduction to Nintendo Land. There's also the one that introduces you to the train. There's one that introduces you to how you can unlock prizes in this game, the Pachinko Tower. Now, I'm not going to be going too far into detail with this one, because I've already unlocked all the minigames, I've already unlocked all the prizes in Nintendo Land, so I don't really see much of a point in demonstrating this, but basically, you drop the coins that you earned from playing Nintendo Land to try to get as many prizes as you can. Every time a coin drops through one of those circly thingies, you'll get an additional prize. And once you get 200 and something or another, then you'll get all of them. And the very last one will always be this trophy that you'll see on screen right now. And it's just a really cool prize, and it's just such a good feeling getting that very last trophy.
Grand prize.
And then there is this one.
When you connect to the internet and use Miiverse, people from around the world can come to visit your park. Isn't that an exciting thought? You can tap on any Mii that you want to learn more about.
Well, that's certainly not true anymore.
Incredible. Look how far you've come. If you'll just give me a moment, there's something I'd like to give you. Collecting all the stars isn't an easy task. You got every last one. Your reward for this amazing accomplishment is this very special present. Congratulations! All you need to do is touch it and it will open. Go ahead, open it! Ahem. I have a special announcement to make. Tonight we celebrate a spectacular achievement. You collected all of the stars. Nintendo Land will close early this evening to honor you. You are the new champion of Nintendo Land. I hope you're ready to party. Here we go. My processors are overheating from pure excitement. Congratulations! Try pressing the L and R button. The results may be highly entertaining.
And that was 8 Gear to Use Let's Play of Nintendo Land. So after you complete every star in every minigame in Nintendo Land, you'll unlock the credits sequence. And I'm going to admit something right now. I did not know this existed until after the first episode was released. Yeah. I honestly didn't know there were credits for this game. The only reason why I know that is because when I was recording footage for the introduction to Nintendo Land video, I noticed that there was a cutscene that I'd never unlocked. So when I went to go look up what to do to unlock that one, I realized, oh, there are credits in this game. I should probably unlock that so I can show it off for people. So yeah, that's a bit of a fun story, but I absolutely love this credit sequence, how you can see the names of the developers are scrolling over the dome of the park, and you can fire those stars. It's just so interactive, and it's just really cool. It doesn't quite beat Splatoon's credits, but it's still very close to it. But now, let's go over the thoughts on the project. First thing I must say, this took way longer than it should have to complete. I'm really sorry about that. There was a big chunk of time where I wasn't able to work on this Let's Play at all, and that was just not a really fun time. But thankfully, we were able to get back into the swing of things, and I'm really happy that I did this game, because I absolutely love Nintendo Land. I have a lot of fun memories with this game. This is definitely one of my favorite party games out there, and I was definitely really happy that I was able to show my love for this game for my viewers and things like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the ride. I know this wasn't like a traditional Let's Play. There were a lot of things that were different with this one, but it's good to have variety and try new things every once in a while. Another thing I'd like to say was, this was a very nice, simplistic project to work on alongside Tomb Raider Trilogy, because if you've been watching that Let's Play, you should know how much of a monster that was to plan out and edit. So it was very nice to have something simple to work on when Tomb Raider Trilogy just got too much to work on at the time. And I'm also really glad that Portal, which was originally going to be LP23, ended up getting delayed so that I would look through my game catalog and try to figure out what to do to replace it. This is how Nintendo Land happened. Portal got delayed because of capture card problems, and I was trying to figure out what game I could record instead, and Nintendo Land was the first that came to mind. And this is a bit of a weird one because prior to that, I never even considered Nintendo Land. At least not seriously. I thought about it here and there, but it was never really that game that would be next on the schedule. But I'm really glad that I decided to play this one. Now as for bonus episodes, as I mentioned before, we'll be going over multiplayer modes in Pikmin Adventure, Metroid Blast, and Legend of Zelda Battle Quest. I'm not entirely sure when this will happen, but it will be at some point in the future.
Thank you once again for your visit today. Come again to Nintendo Land, and bring your friends. I'll always be eagerly anticipating your return. Thank you very much.
And that was 8 Gear to Use Let's Play of Nintendo Land. So, stay tuned to the channel, for we'll be uploading bonus videos at some point in the near future, going over the multiplayer modes in Pikmin Adventure, Metroid Blast, and The Legend of Zelda Battle Quest. And in the near future, we're also going to be starting some new Let's Plays. LP26 has already been announced to be Portal, and LP25 will be a first for the channel for a few reasons. We already talked about how it'll be the first blind Let's Play on the channel, and It will also be the first indie game we've Let's Played. Thank you all so much for watching this Let's Play of Nintendo Land, and until next time, Lady Gear to you.